membership eclipses 14,000 and continues to grow. And soon, a new chief executive officer would take the helm to direct the association into the new century.
The executive vice president position at NIADA came available again in 1999. At the time, I had been the executive director of the Carolinas Association since 1987. So I'd already been on the scene, so to speak, for about 12 years when I was given the position here at NIADA.
Yeah, it really was a difficult time in NIADA history because they had struggled and had trying to figure out what direction they were going, and I think Mike brought the rudder to the ship. He was the one that came in and said, this is what it is, this is what NIADA is all about, this is the direction we need to go. And people were smart enough to figure out, Mike, you know, he's the guy in the room with all the institutional knowledge and the expertise, let's go with that. And that was probably the best decision in the last major decision that NIADA has made. And then to look at all the things that Mike has brought to the table since has been fabulous. But that was a real turning point for even a lot of the state associations, whether they were going to stay affiliated with NIADA. And like I said, Mike was that rudder of the ship that made it work.
I remember when you were hired too at CIADA, and I thought, you know, this young man's really got a great future. Little did I know that later you'd be the head of NIADA. It's a great thing.
Very first meeting with the executive director of CIADA happened in his office in 1994. I was a director of advertising for a custom publisher, and we ended up producing a membership guide, directory, several issues of the CIADA magazine back in the 1990s over the next few years. And in 2000, I resigned that position to start my own business, start my own company, speaker, consultant, coaching, marketing, all those kind of things. The very first call I made was to that executive director because I was really excited. Maybe I was going to get a chance to speak for CIADA, and they said, oh, well, he's no longer here. Great. They said, he's now the executive director of the National Independent Automobile Dealers. I said, really? That was my next call.
Thousands are watching our live global telecast, a first for NIADA as we continue our commitment to the used motor vehicle industry. To tonight's honorees, their families, and friends, congratulations. Now, here's tonight's Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Michael York.
It's amazing that it's been 11 years since I was at my first NIADA event as a speaker. That was 2000 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And then Mike Linn asked me about the Master of Ceremonies thing, thinking that we're going to start doing this on NIADA TV. I began working with the crew on NIADA TV and doing segments, and he said, could you do the Master of Ceremonies thing? I said, well, it's not really what I do, but could I do it? Yeah, I probably could do it. He said, well, let's try it. So in 2004, that was my first time with Mr. Marashlian and the entire NIADA crew, and we're all going to the moon together. I mean, it's the first time that had ever been done, and so it was an awesome experience. And sure, you make some mistakes and you get better, and over the years, it's just turned into this huge production that we all look forward to every year. This will be my 8th year, 2011. As Master of Ceremonies, and it's turned into just an amazing event. It's just been an awesome experience for me. It's terrific working with all these people.
It's almost like building a small city in a week. You go into a bare set of banquet rooms, ballrooms of a hotel, and you actually build the entire set of everything that's going to happen for the week. You've got staging, you've got rigging, you've got lights, you've got this, that, you've got education sessions, all those type things that one has to plan for. And when you pull the trigger on opening day, they better be right. Now, I'm sure what we do today is much different than back in 1946 in Chicago when they had that first organizing meeting of NIADA. You're talking 65 years ago. Been a big transition in what meetings were like, conventions were like back then versus today. Very much different than what you would have found many, many years ago.
On behalf of the Executive Committee, I'd like to invite NIADA Chairman Chris Martin to come forward and read the description and proclamation for the first ever NIADA Lifetime Achievement Award.
The proclamation establishing the NIADA Lifetime Achievement Award reads as follows. Whereas the National Independent Automobile Dealers Association 2012-2013 Executive Committee, as elected by its peers, has created a new, prestigious, and very select level of honor to be given only on an occasion in which it is merited. Therefore, on behalf of the NIADA Board of Directors, its affiliated state associations, members, and allied industry partners, it is with sincere appreciation that the NIADA Executive Committee bestows with its highest recognition the first ever NIADA Lifetime Achievement Award and confers its namesake privilege for the 26 years of unparalleled and selfless dedication to the NIADA and its state association in the Carolinas to Michael R. Linn, NIADA Chief Executive Officer.
This is amazing. I mean, I had no idea. Now that I could spend a lot of time talking about is my good friends in this industry. That has been the most important thing to me throughout this entire career, all 26 years. The people that I have met in this industry, I want to tell you, you people are number one. I mean, you really are. So I appreciate you giving me a big hand, but right now I want you to give yourself a big hand because of what you've allowed me to do for this industry. And a big thanks to NIADA. You brought me from the Carolinas. I had fun. There's some rough times occasionally, but I really had fun serving you. And you've sent me back, along with my wife, to the kids and the grandkids in North Carolina. So that I thank you for. God bless you.